Are your thoughts sabotaging your success? Well, there are three common thoughts that many of us think that are keeping us stuck in a cycle of self-sabotage, and I'm going to share with you what to think instead in this video. Before we dive in, I suspect that you are someone who loves personal development. If that is you, then I invite you to join our Rebel community by clicking subscribe and the little bell to be notified the next time one of our personal development videos drops. We come at you every single week with a new video to help you strengthen your mind, get out of your way, and live the most joyous life possible. So I invite you, my Rebel brother or sister, to join us by clicking subscribe now. Self-sabotage affects everyone. In fact, there's no one that is going to escape its clutches. It just affects all of us a little bit differently. For some of you, it might be showing up in your fitness and nutrition, where you find yourself yo-yo dieting, gaining 30 pounds and losing 30 pounds, and gaining 30 pounds and losing 30 pounds. Or maybe in your finances, where you're going paycheck to paycheck and you just never seem to have enough money. Or for some of you in career, where you're just stuck in that dead-end job and you're just wanting to be able to surpass and go to that next level. Or maybe in your relationships, where you find yourself, this is a really good relationship, it's a really crappy relationship, and you teeter-totter back and forth between good and not so good, or dysfunctional and functional relationships. So either way, no matter how it shows up in your life, self-sabotage is present, and we want to start off by really acknowledging where in our life that is showing up. Because I have been coaching thousands of people over this subject. In fact, I like to jokingly say that I'm a lean, mean, self-sabotage ending machine. This is my specialty. And I have helped so many people be able to discover and identify where and how and implement the 3 strategy tools to be able to unhook from it indefinitely. So what I found over all of those years of helping people are there 3 common thoughts that show up in almost every single situation, no matter what the flavor of sabotage that you're affected with. So let's dive in and see which one of these might be affecting you. Number 1 are thoughts of not enough. Now you get to fill in the blank of what not enough looks like or feels like for you, but it could be that I'm not enough, there's not enough, it's not enough, there's never enough. Whatever it is, like that not enough limited mindset thinking is what is going to get you stuck in a cycle of self-sabotage. Let me give you some examples. When we believe that we're not enough, then we're not going to apply for those jobs and thus stay in our dead-end jobs. If we think that there's not enough, then we're not going to save our money, or we're going to find ourselves constantly falling short in our finances. In relationship, if they're not enough, then we're going to be stuck in a conflict cycle because we're only pointing out and criticizing what they're doing wrong. Or the reverse effect, where if we feel we're not enough, then in that relationship, that person, no matter what comes out of their mouth, our assumption is that they are implying that I'm not enough. Either way, this I'm not enough, it's not enough, there's not enough thinking is one of the biggest components to keeping us stuck in the cycle of self-sabotage. So here's what we need to shift to instead, and that is an abundant, thankful mindset. Now, for all of you out there like, well, Bonnie, I actually don't have enough money, or there isn't enough right now. Whoa. What we want to be able to shift around and doing is not looking at current, but also what is possible. Has someone had success in this before? Have you had similar success that you can lean on or lean into that could help you overcome whatever this block is that you're facing right now? Look, when we are stuck in the not enough, we are in a lack and a very limited mindset. It is so imperative that we begin to start doing the work to get ourselves into a very abundant possible mindset. Henry Ford often says that whether you think you can or can't, either way you're right. And there is so much truth in that. There's a reason that quote has been thrown around for decades and decades because of the fact that the way that we perceive, the way that we believe, the way that we think about something is affecting our results. So if we want different results, we have to think differently. And when we can put ourselves into a place where it's possible that there's enough, that I am capable, or that I've overcome something similar like this before, that I'm capable of doing this as well, or that not taking everything so personally and not assuming that our partner is implying or meaning to say that you're not enough in some way. And then really getting into the state of gratitude, being very thankful for what you actually do have and what is working really well in your life and expanding on that. Because from a grateful heart is a full heart. It is an expansive heart, and we can begin to expand into receiving more into our life. So, number one, biggest self-sabotaging thought patterns, not enough. Shift to abundant mindset filled with gratitude. Number two, biggest mind trap and thoughts that can sabotage you in every aspect of your life is when we are stuck in the can't mentality. So this is the I can't, it can't happen kind of thought patterns. When we saying that I can't do it, it can't happen, it's not possible. When we get stuck in that kind of can't rut, that is a surefire way to get sucked back into a cycle of self-sabotage. You guys, there is a systematic process that happens in our results. For example, our thoughts develop our feelings, which drives our actions, reactions, or for my procrastinators, inactions. The behavior that we experience where we are procrastinating, avoiding, we're not showing up, we're not being consistent, we are maybe being very reactive or defensive. All of that is a result of what's happening in the internal world. And if we believe that it's not possible, if we believe that we're not capable, if we believe that it's not going to happen, then there's a good chance you're going to not feel motivated. You're not going to feel inspired. You're not going to feel like doing the things that need to be done to get you to where you want to go. So it's so imperative to check your mindset to figure out, what am I thinking? Am I in a rut of can'ts that is preventing me from perpetuating myself forward in my life, in my business, my relationships, my success, and with my finances? It is imperative that your thoughts are in alignment with the outcome that you desire. If you are in an outcome that you don't desire, we need to tune in to discover what thoughts we're having that are keeping us stuck. This is how we can begin to untangle the web of self-sabotage, and we can get ourselves into a it's possible mindset. So we want to shift from I can't into it's possible. When we can really dig deep and feel into this idea that it is possible, that you can, that you are capable, you will feel motivated, you will feel inspired, and thus your behaviors will follow. So we want to shift from I can't to I can in your mind. Before we get into tip number 3, do you see yourself in one of these first two mind stucks or mind traps that can keep you in a cycle of self-sabotage? If so, what affirmation do you use or would you use to be able to get unhooked? What is the new line of thinking that you would recommend not only to yourself, but maybe to some of our other subscribers? Be sure to put that in the comment below. I love seeing all of your different ideas and inspiration and inspiring each other to do better and be better as well. Number 3 is when we are having thoughts that are closed-minded, absolutely pessimistic, and totally making assumptions for the worst. Now, I know that was kind of like a 3-triangle fecta of different thought patterns, but I really want you to sink into this for a second. When we are closed-minded, we are making a lot of assumptions about something. We know what the future entails. We know where this is going to lead. We know how this is going to turn out. We absolutely are projecting into the future without being open to possibilities. Now, where this can actually serve you is if you are assuming the best. But more often, many of us get stuck into assuming the worst. Our fear overtakes us, and we assume that things are going to fail, or we're going to be embarrassed, or it's not going to turn out, or we're going to lose all the money, and that we're just going to be homeless, and our family's going to leave us, and You guys, like when we are stuck into that kind of mind trap, then we absolutely are going to be closed-minded and very limited in every decision we make. If you choose to want to expand beyond what you know right now, beyond the amount of money that's in your bank account, beyond the limited relationship, for your relationship to evolve into something greater or better, or for you to evolve into a greater or better relationship. If you desire to be the CEO or the owner or an entrepreneur or whatever it is, it requires us to think differently than the current state of mind that we're in. This requires us to be open-minded to possibilities, open-minded to other outcomes, and not allow ourselves to get into these dark assumptions that it's all going to fail. Instead, what we want to do is we want to start to script and write out all of these negative assumptions to really hear what our fear is trying to tell us. Your fear serves a purpose. It is showing up to protect you, and we don't want to dismiss our fear or ignore our fear. We actually want to thank our fear. Thank you for showing up for me. Thank you for warning me of this potential outcome. And then start to creatively and constructively start to mapping out positive outcomes as well. I always say, if you're going to make an assumption, which is just a made-up story, you might as well make one up that feels good to you. We don't know what the future is going to entail. We don't know how the situation is going to unfold. But when we can hook ourselves in to an optimistic, positive outcome, it will allow us to persevere forward through those obstacles, objections, and struggles with more grace and ease. Okay, now that you know 3 of the biggest mind traps that'll keep you stuck in a cycle of self-sabotage, it's time to do the inner work. It is time to put paper to pen and discover how these may be affecting or apply to you, and using my 3-step revive formula. This is what's going to help you end the cycle of self-sabotage, and I'm going to give it to you for free. It is a 2-page worksheet that you can download right now for free by clicking the first link in the description below, and it will take you through a step-by-step process and identifying where you are self-sabotaging and how you too can begin to unhook from this vicious cycle. Also, if you are craving a positive community full of self-aware ninjas that absolutely love being rebels for joys just like you, then I invite you to join our Facebook community. Here is a cluster of amazing and beautiful, powerfully strong women who are committed to living their best life, all fueled by joy. So check it out and click the link below. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to check out all the other amazing videos we have on self-sabotage, boundaries, and how to heal your life. And remember to subscribe so you never miss a video that drops each and every week just for you.